Before the story begins, I want to thank you for being here. If you enjoy emotional, heart-touching stories that stay with you long after they end, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new chapter. Your support brings life to these stories and gives me strength to create more for you. Now, let the story begin. The story begins in a quiet neighborhood at the edge of the city where a small house stands, once filled with laughter but now echoing with silence. The house belonged to a man named Arman, a father of 3 children who had lost his first wife in a tragic accident 2 years ago. After months of loneliness, pressure from society, and fear for his children's future, he remarried a woman named Samrin, hoping she would bring warmth, care, and stability into their lives. But within days of her arrival, the air of the house changed. The soft light turned harsh. The laughter faded. And the walls began to hold secrets. Arman comes home one evening tired, holding groceries in one hand and hope in the other. He expects welcome, maybe a smile, but Samrin stands at the door with folded arms, her eyes sharp, her tone colder than the winter wind. She says she didn't ask him to bring useless things, that he wastes money, that he never understands what she wants. Arman stays silent, gentle in his responses, trying to keep peace for the children who watch from behind the curtain, afraid yet too used to the rising tension. His eldest daughter, Aisha, only 14, pulls her younger brother and sister back into the room, whispering that Papa will be okay, even though she no longer believes her own words. Days pass, and Samrin's attitude grows worse. She criticizes everything Arman does, mocks his kindness, calls his children a burden, and complains about responsibilities she once promised to take. She scolds the kids over small things, snatches their toys, locks snacks away, and tells them they should learn not to expect anything from life. Arman watches helplessly as his children shrink into themselves. He tries talking to Samrin, tries explaining that they are just children, that they miss their mother, that they need love more than discipline. But Samrin cuts him off each time, accusing him of favoring them over her, of living in the past, of comparing her with his dead wife. One night during dinner, the tension rises. Samrin intentionally places only half the food on the table, saying she doesn't feel like cooking. The kids silently accept it, but Arman politely asks if everything is okay. Samrin explodes, accusing him of questioning her sacrifice, saying he has no idea how hard she works. The children lower their heads, and Arman carefully picks up the pieces, offering his own food to his youngest daughter, who refuses but eventually takes a bite because her little stomach growls too loudly to hide. Samrin storms into the bedroom, slamming the door so hard the house trembles. As weeks turn into months, the emotional storm grows stronger. The neighbors notice the change. The children stop going outside. Aisha starts locking the bedroom door at night, afraid of the stepmother's footsteps. The middle child, Saad, begins stuttering from stress. The youngest, little Hannah, cries silently, hiding behind the curtains when she hears Samrin's voice. Arman tries balancing his job, the home, and the emotional wounds growing deeper every day, but he feels like a man drowning slowly, one breath at a time. Yet Arman never raises his voice, never loses patience. His heart is too soft, his love for his children too deep. He believes things will change. That maybe time will soften Samrin's heart. But Samrin doesn't soften. She sharpens. One rainy night, Arman comes home late from work due to a power outage in the office. When he enters, he sees the children sitting in the dark, trembling. Samrin is not home. Aisha whispers that Samrin locked them inside and left hours ago after another fight about money. Arman's heart shatters, but he hides it, hugging all 3 of them tightly. He lights a candle, warms some food, and comforts them with stories their mother used to tell. For a moment, the house glows again. But as the door clicks open and Samrin returns, the warmth disappears. She accuses Arman of poisoning the children against her, of exaggerating, of trying to make her look bad. Arman stays calm, explaining gently, but Samrin keeps shouting. The children hide behind him. The storm continues until late into the night. In the following days, something shifts inside Arman. He becomes quieter, more thoughtful. He starts noticing the bruises Hannah hides behind her sleeves, the fear in Saad's eyes, the tears Aisha wipes away before he enters the room. He realizes this home is no longer safe. His silence is no longer protecting anyone. One afternoon, Samrin has a loud argument with Aisha over a broken vase, something Aisha did not break. Arman walks in just as Samrin raises her hand. He stops her by holding her wrist mid-air, his voice calm but firm for the first time. He tells her no child in this home will be hurt again. Samrin pulls her hand away angrily, calling him weak, calling the children worthless, calling herself trapped. That night, Arman sits alone in the living room long after everyone sleeps. He remembers his first wife, her gentle smile, her love for the children, her way of turning every pain into hope. He closes his eyes and whispers a promise to her memory that he will not fail their children again. The next morning, Arman wakes early and prepares breakfast. The children sit silently, sensing something different. Arman tells them gently to pack their school bags, not with books, but with essential clothes. He tells them they are going somewhere safe. They look confused, but trust him completely. When Samrin wakes up and sees them ready to leave, she laughs and mocks him, saying he will come crawling back. But Arman remains calm, his voice steady. He tells her this house may belong to him, but peace belongs to his children. And wherever his children go, he will go. Samrin yells, threatens, cries, but nothing moves him. His decision is final. Arman takes his children out of the door, holding all three hands tightly. For the first time in months, the sunshine feels warm on their faces. For the first time, they breathe freely. They walk to Arman's sister's house, welcomed with open arms and tears of relief. Samrin is left behind with her bitterness, unable to understand how her cruelty cost her everything. In the coming weeks, Arman files for separation. He builds a new life for the children, one filled with healing, counseling, love, and small daily joys. The children slowly recover. Aisha starts smiling again. Saad stops stuttering. Hannah sleeps peacefully without nightmares. One evening, months later, Arman takes the children to the beach. The sun sets quietly as they sit on the sand. Aisha rests her head on Arman's shoulder and whispers that she's proud of him. Saad slips his small hand into Arman's, and Hannah climbs into his lap, hugging him tightly. For the first time in a long time, Arman feels whole. He realizes something powerful. A home is not made of walls, furniture, or traditions. A home is made of love, safety, and peace. And he had saved all three. The waves crash softly. The sky turns orange. The world feels new again. And the story ends with Arman holding his children, strong, steady, and finally free. While the past breaks behind them like fading waves, he realizes something powerful. A home is not made of walls, furniture, or traditions. A home is made of love, safety, and peace. And he had saved all three. The waves crash softly. The sky turns orange. The world feels new again. And the story ends with Arman holding his children, strong, steady, and finally free, while the past breaks behind them like fading waves.